Hello, my friends. Found this today. It's a very common star note, so it's not going to be saved, but it is out there, and maybe one of these days I might find one that isn't common. But today's video, we're going to talk about this Over coins, and you can see it's 1831. It's a cap bust half dollar. Not cheap when they're not damaged. This one's 200 years old now, 1825. It's another cap bust half dollar. But I was discussing Addicted to Minis video, and he was talking about his video, showed the back of some coins and talking about eagles. You can see the eagles on the back of that. Now, I told him I was able to score some cap bust half dollars at melt value. And when I say that, I mean buy their melt. And this is how you do it. It looks like a 3-2 maybe. This is very worn out. But this I was able to get at its melt value. And then this one's a little less worn out. And I'm pretty sure this is 1835. But it does not look like, the swirl doesn't look as big as the 2 on that one, which you can see it swirls around. Now, there are some different types of these, but when you look at the 3 there, and then you look at this one, I'm pretty sure it's 35. Now, I was able to get both of those for their melt value, along with a Barber half dollar that I paid melt for as well. Now, if you really look around, sometimes you can get lucky when you're finding messed up coins that are worn out, or they got holes in them, or whatever. And I'm going to show you a couple coins I got for almost nothing. You can see that is a 3-cent coin. And you can see this is a half dime. Thanks, you guys, for commenting and stopping by my lives. Now, I refer to these as 3-cent stars because they have a star on them. They're also called trimes. And the half dime, while it does have 2 holes in it, you can see all of Liberty. It's pretty sure it's 1853 with arrows. Had this not had them holes, this would probably be a $20 to $30 coin, and the 3-cent star would probably be a little bit too, because they're so small, I'm sure they were lost often. And the other thing I was able to get at the same time is this Type 1 Standing Liberty quarter. Hello, Darby. But in my defense about Addicted to Minis video, I was watching on my cell phone, and the screen I had was only about as tall as this coin is on my phone, so I really do not think I could have told what they were, because there was no commentary. But these 2 were bought at their melt weight, so it can happen. It's not common, but it can happen. And I was also able to get this. Now it's damaged. The date's been marred off. See how it says carving on back. Well, the back, someone has done some work. It says presented to Miss Effie Reese by the Sunday School Superintendent. And it looks like S. It's really hard to tell what that name is. But got this for, at the time, its melt value, basically, because it's damaged. Now, one thing I don't really recommend buying very often is pieces like these. These are 1 gram silver pieces, and you're not likely to get these for a very good price most of the time. These are like things about I think the Constitution in early United States, and that's a 1 gram buffalo bar. Now, I'm going to tell you this. This is likely the last silver dollar I'm going to be able to buy at these kind of prices. I got this thing well under melt because the guy I bought it from doesn't really like the peace dollar very much, and it does have a hole in it. It's 1927, and it's Philadelphia. But it's going in this tube with all these other peace dollars and Morgan dollars that I've bought at pretty good prices. But since silver has topped $50, it's hard to get these. The melt on this now would be almost $40. Hello, Littlefoot and Darby. I was able to get this for $30, so at the time I bought it was about $6 under its melt. And now, since silver's went up some, it's actually almost $10 under its melt. Problem is, I don't think too many people would pay melt value for one of these with a hole in it. But who knows, right? Now, one of my coins I like quite a bit is this Guatemalan coin. On peso, you see Guatemala. On the back, it says 90%, 1896. This one started at 25 grams, so its ASW is 0.7234. And I was able to buy it for a few dollars over melt. But given that I bought it a long time ago, it's now well under melt. Now, a little word to the wise. If you go to your coin dealer and you know something about coins, and you see these Liberia coins they are made out of 3/9 fine silver, and they're about 0.6 ounces. It's right around 20 grams. This one's a Constitution, and this other one is for Teddy Roosevelt, and it's got some milk spotting and stuff. But I was able to get another one from a different coin dealer. When I pointed out to him that this is 3/9 fine silver, he looked it over, tested it, and it was, and he allowed me to buy it for half the melt value, just because I was honest with him, because I could have just said, paid what the original price he had on it was, and he's like, probably should have been a little higher. Now, these Cook Islands, they're half-ounce pieces. And it does say copy on it, but it is 3/9 fine silver. States so right there. They're for that says 64 on it, but it was made more recent. probably around the same time this one was, because it's a tribute to 100 years since the last silver dollars were made. It says 2021, 1921 to 2021. Cook Islands, it says copy because, well, it's looks like the Liberty Bell on the back of the Franklin half. Now, when you can buy half-ounce pieces like this one, which it's not always easy to get these at a price with very little premium. Usually the half-ounce ones, they have extra premium. So if you buy 2 of them versus a 1-ounce piece like this, there'll be more than what these were. Now, I have 2 of them here. You can see $26.50. Well, I bought them a while back. It's 2 ounces of silver. And given how much silver is right now, that's the USS Constitution on this. That is the selling ship. That's going out to Addicted to Minis because he likes to call them boats. It is a boat, but it's also a ship. And one definition I've seen about it says that if most of your action goes on inside the hull of the boat, not on the deck, it's considered a ship. It's mainly referring to the old days with the sails and stuff. Because I'm not sure they call yachts that people have these days ships, unless they're really big. Now this one is the same thing. You can see it says $12. When I bought it, silver was $24. He let me have it for directly at melt. Now this one's the same piece, but it's been plated with gold, which is kind of neat, but neither one of them cost me very much. Now, speaking of gold, this is one of the littlest gold coins ever made. It is supposed to be 14 karat gold and 1/2 gram. John F. Kennedy on it. I do believe this is this is 2006. I thought it was a 100th anniversary since of his when he would have been 100, but maybe that's not. It's very small. You can see 585 there. That's what 14 karat is. This thing is probably worth about $40-something by its melt weight. Now, I'm not going to stop there when talking about gold, because I was able to get this recently, about a year ago probably. It is 1851. It says T1, which I think means type 1. The only real problem with this, got a slight scratch or rubbing right in the middle that took off part of the L and took the second L almost all the way down and part of the date. But this little gold coin is worth over $100 by gold weight. And I know I did a video a while back talking about this Mexican coin, this design. I said that I wanted one and had to, I got one, and then I forgot that I already had this one for a while, because this is a 51 and the other one I got was a 54. Now this is kind of neat because it tells you right on it it's supposed to be 27.78 grams and it's 72% or 720 silver. Its ASW, if I remember correctly, is, I want to say 0.6 something. It's good size. Oh wait, here we go. I didn't realize this had it on there. 0.6431 ASW. That was $27.50 was what was marked on it. I'm not sure I actually paid that much. Now, when you get in your vault, you can find some stuff you got at prices you're like thinking you shouldn't have been able to get. Like that quarter. Now, granted, this quarter is a 1876, clear as a bell, but everything else isn't. Just an outline. The back, there's almost nothing on it. There's a hint of the eagle's neck and head in the wings, but that wingtip there and over there. That's about it. Another one's just a walking Liberty, so everybody's familiar with them. Let's see, these are all standing Liberties. Let's see, what else did I pull out of the vault? Some dimes, including one that was gold plated. All this is going back to the vault. Most of these are dimes and some quarters, standing Liberties, some barbers that are really worn out. Alright, this is a small bag of foreign silver pieces. At the time I bought it, there's 13 total coins, $1.75 a piece, varying amounts of silver. That one's got a hole in it. 20 centavos is a Philippine coin we made for them. Most of these other ones, it looks like, are Netherlands coins. And then you have that one, and what's this other one? I believe when I calculated all this, it was under melt. Let's see, that's a 50% 1 shilling. Unfortunately, the design is worn almost all the way off. But for $1.75, this is going to be under melt. It says 26 here, but I'm not sure if you can even see the date hardly. There's a 1.9 on that side, and over here, well, I guess you can kind of see the outline of 26. It's pretty faint, though. That bag ended up costing me around melt. Alright. Mexican 50 centavos, not real big deal. A couple of 20 centavo ones that are silver, older. Let's see, where is it? Alright. Now, granted, I've done a search video where I talked about, because I've got 3 different bags of world silver coins. And this, when I bought it, this bag ended up costing me about melt at the time. I'll go ahead and look at each coin and stuff and talk about them real quick. Let's see. Oh yeah. Before I really get to that, this 1915 Cuban, I think that it's 10 grams and 90%. It's pretty cool. I have a few of the 5-gram ones as well. Now, speaking of the 5-gram, there's one right there, 1920. It is a neat design, 5 grams. You can see it has the rays coming out from behind the star, 90%. 5 grams worth. Then there's one of these 50 centavos, Philippine ones, which I think, if I remember correctly, this is about a 1/4 ounce of silver, ASW. 1944, and that's an S for San Francisco. And there's another one, which is also San Francisco and also 1944. Someone plated this half penny, and that is a ship. And it's King George on it. They plated it in silver, it looks like, because this is a copper cent. A copper coin, that is. This 1935 5 centavos. I'm not sure that one is silver either. But these two 20 centavos ones are. And they're both 1944 as well. And this 10 centavos one is 1944D. Now, ain't a whole lot more in here. And this one's a Cuban coin. Republic of Cuba, un centavo. I thought these were billion silver, but it turns out they're not silver at all, so that isn't. But the last coin in this, everybody will recognize this, Balboa, 1930, 90%, 12.5 grams. It's a neat coin. I really like that. But I got all that for about melt. And it's a real cool little collection, if you ask me. So we'll put this back in the bag. We'll start summing up some of this real quick. If you buy from a coin dealer often, sometimes he'll let you have messed up stuff cheap or at or below melt. And especially if the guy likes to round stuff off to the nearest $5. So if you can do that, then you've done pretty well. Now let's go ahead and get this 10-gram one out and show it. It's the same design as the 5-gram. You can see it says 10 grams, 1915, 90%. Republic de Cuba. 40 centavos, which I think means 40. And these, most people will know what these are. These are pesos from, pesos that is, from the Philippines. Each one of these is about a ½ ounce. A little over, actually, by ASW. 1907 and 1908 and 1908. I like that design. Let's see. All right, this one's probably the better looking one. The eagle and shield on this. I really like how that looks. And then this side's pretty cool too. But like I said, if you buy from coin dealers often, or and sometimes get cool coins pretty cheap. Now, granted, the silver where it is right now, you're probably not going to get too much stuff real cheap. But there's another half dime I got from the jeweler guy who, you can see, that has the ornament inside the wreath. Let's see if I can get that out. These are so small and so thin. I'm pretty sure a large number of them were lost. And there are probably a lot of them around where old country stores used to be and stuff. That's an old mint, Orleans. And the date, I'm not really sure what date it is. It's 1/8 and then the last number is a 7, but I don't know. It's probably in the 30s or 1830s or 40s, I'm guessing. I don't think they made Orleans half cents, or not half cents, but half dimes up into the later years. But it's covering a lot of what I wanted to get to. That's when you buy from coin dealers, often you can sometimes get neat stuff at a pretty good price. Or you may get some stuff that you wouldn't have been able to get otherwise. Because silver being so high now, though, I'm like, maybe it's time to stop buying it. It's a good question. But yes, Addicted to Minis, this is for you. This depicts a ship, a sailing ship, which the United States still maintains. And it comes out for, what do they call that? Flag Day or something. I don't know. It's something that happens in New York and they bring the ship out, tall ships or something like that. But neat pieces. And yeah, the gold piece, $1 gold. I really like that. But we need to put this stuff back up and take it back to the vault. So if you buy from your coin dealer often, it's when you can get good deals sometimes. But it's not always a guarantee. But yeah, Addicted to Minis. I was able to get capped half bust $1/2 for melt not that long ago. Matter of fact, I got 2 of them. This one, the back's not so bad. It is worn out, but there's scratches on the front and the date's halfway gone. All right. I don't remember exactly where the thing these were in went to. So we'll just start unloading some of this table. And find out where this stuff was supposed to go. Yeah, peace dollars. That's likely going to be my last dollar to go in this, because they're just getting too expensive. Liam. How many are in here anyway? There's peace dollars and Morgans in this. And when I put this in there, there will be 20 total. Given the value of silver, the melt on all this is getting to be pretty high. Most of these are either worn out or damaged. A lot of 21s, and there's several peace dollars in there. So this will go in there. There's room enough for at least 2 more, but 20 is probably where it's going to end, because silver dollars are just too expensive these days to keep buying. Yeah, you can land stuff like the 3-cent coin and half dimes that are got holes in them for really cheap prices, because they don't weigh nothing. There's no silver content. Well, I mean, The half dime is 90% silver, but it's a very low weight. And I believe these are 75% silver, the 3-cent star. But they're so small, they're even smaller than a half dime and really, really thin pieces. So getting a cap bust half dollars, 2 of them, for under melt was a pretty good accomplishment, if you ask me. But that's pretty close to all I have for everyone. I hope that everyone has a really good night. Because I don't really have anything else to talk about, except that silver's gotten to be pretty high. And I'm sitting there looking at it and thinking, yeah, I'd like to have 2 more of these, but they'll have to be really cheap. And with silver at or above $50, that puts the melt on these almost 40. So that's going to be hard to find any of these really cheap. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm not saying it won't happen. But it's probably going to be a while before this gets to 22. It might even hold 23. I mean, granted, I could stick an Ike dollar in there and see how much space is left. At least one more. But I don't have another Ike dollar handy. Guess the closest thing I could do is this Churchill coin, but it won't. Well, I guess it will fit. Yeah, 2 more will probably do the trick. Didn't realize the Churchill coin would actually fit in there. The Churchill coin isn't silver, and neither is that. There are some Ikes that are silver, but not that one. That's pretty much all I got for you all tonight. I hope everyone has a good night. I'm going to go ahead and end this on the note that the coin dealer I buy a lot of this foreign stuff from usually prices it below melt a little bit. Or if it isn't, it's close. Now, silver's went up quite a bit since I bought this, because this is about 1/5 of an ounce. You do the math, 640 by 5 would make, had to get a new calculator. Broke my other one. 5. 32. With silver at almost 50, tells you that I got that coin pretty far below melt at recent prices. That's pretty much all I have. I hope that everyone has a good night, and we'll see you next time. And because that's all I got.